guest tonight has directed 11 feature films, including She's Gotta Have It, Do the Right Thing, and Malcolm X. Now, his latest film, He Got Game, is the #1 film in the country. Please welcome Spike Lee. We got to, it's only right that we'll talk about the movie in just a second, but you are the biggest Knicks fan in the world.
I don't know about that, but...
Well, one of the biggest. You're one of the most committed Knicks fans. You're wearing a Knicks button right now. And we have some, Pacer fans probably in the crowd.
Couple.
Yeah. Security is escorting them out right now. Now, how you feel? I mean, they lost, I'm sorry, first of all, my apologies, they lost the first 2 games. So you got to feel bad about that.
Well, I was happy that Patrick played, and he hadn't played since December 20th, and he did decent, but coming home tomorrow for Saturday and starting in the Garden, national television, NBC, so I looked at the Knicks to win both games and tie it up.
Now, you're going to be there in your normal seat, right?
Right.
And you really get involved. You get pretty heated. You get involved, and you get very emotional. I mean, there are times where I'm looking at you on TV and I think he's about to throw a shoe at somebody, you know?
No, I mean, there's like a visible wall, and you can't cross that line, so you're never going to see me on the court, but...
But you could throw something.
I mean, I'll get my tickets revoked, but...
you know.
I enjoy the game, and it's a way for me to relax, so... And I know all the guys, we have a lot of fun, so...
Which would make it more fun, I think.
But even though, I mean, when I talk to the guys, not mean-spirited, you know, we're talking about stuff that's not even, has anything to do with basketball a lot of times. So,
really?
Yeah.
You call the guys, like, during a game, and you're talking to them, and about just anything, gardening, stuff like that?
Well, not that gardening, but, I just have a good rapport with the guys, so...
See, I think that would make it more fun for you, because you do know these people. You know all the Knicks. You're friends with these people.
And the visiting team, too.
Yeah, but the visiting team also, you're friends with all those guys?
A lot of them.
See, that's not... If I went and I got a seat like you, and I was like, yo-ho, Patrick, yeah! He'd be like, who's that?
They know you.
Probably, maybe.
They know you.
I want to talk about the kind of movies you make, because I'm tempted to... Or I'm thinking that you would be tempted to want to make a big action picture at some point, because that is what, you know, they're so splashy, they make such a big fuss over those kind of movies. Have you ever thought, Spike Lee, I'm going to make a movie about a meteor that's coming to Earth or something like that?
Like Armageddon or Deep Impact?
Right. Yeah.
No.
Never tempted to do it.
No. And there's nothing wrong with those films. I go see those films when they come out, but it's not really something that I would be interested in doing, because a lot of those science fiction films, you know, special effects films, you know, people just looking into a blue screen, and, you know, Godzilla, they weren't looking at Godzilla, they just look up in the air, that's Godzilla, and act scared.
Right, right. It works for me, and then they have a giant rubber foot come down and stamp on them.
I think that when you do a film, it's really 2 years out of your life, and it has to be something you're really passionate about, so... Well, speaking of which, you've done a movie about basketball. I was thinking about this. It's got to be a nice dream for you, because you got to work with some NBA players. You're shooting primarily on basketball courts, and you love to play. You're working with Denzel Washington. For the 3rd time. For
the 3rd time, a guy you love to work with. And I understand he was, even though there were scenes in this movie, I was watching one scene where he and Ray Allen are playing against one another.
Right.
And Ray Allen, of course, an NBA player.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Denzel looks like he's really competitive with this NBA player.
Played basketball. He's an athlete. He played JV team at Fordham University, and his coach was the infamous P.J. Clarissimo. He's the one that got choked by Latrell Sprewell.
It's so sad. That's his claim to fame now.
Now it is.
Know, after all these years and all this hard work, I'm sorry, the name doesn't ring a bell. No, this. Oh, you.
That guy.
That guy. He does that when they don't, you know, take his American Express card. He's like, no, me.
But Denzel could play. He's an athlete, and one of the reasons why we chose to cast basketball players, I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of sports films fail, because they have actors to play athletes. And in football, baseball, boxing, I think you're more apt to get away with it, but it's very hard.
It's hard to fake it.
To fake basketball. And if you cast an actor, you can have shots where somebody shoots the ball, leaves their wrist, and you see then a cut, and the ball goes through the hoop. You know, that We don't want to do it like that at all.
That would be the basketball film I would be in. There'd be a shot of me going, like that, and then just swish, another cut, and then me going, yay!
So we cast real guys.
Right.
And we felt it would have been a bigger risk to cast an actor than cast a ball player. And Ray Allen, who plays the lead Jesus, he worked with a great acting coach. Her name is Susan Battens for 8 weeks, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. She worked with him. So when we began to shoot, he would be ready.
Now, how competitive? I heard that Denzel on the set really wanted to try and get points off
yes,
of...
in the script, in the end of the movie, they have a climactic scene where father faces son. Denzel is the father of the #1 high school player in the nation. And in the script, Denzel's supposed to lose 11-0, 11-0. But Denzel said, hell no. You know, I'm going to score at least one basket. And Ray, you know, being a neophyte, he said, well, it says I'm supposed to win 11-0, and I'm going to make sure Denzel doesn't score. But Denzel scored 5 baskets. Well, some of them were lucky, but they, you know, it still went in. And
Ray, a couple of ones where he just threw it up.
And Ray was mad because he knows that when the movie come out, he will hear about it from all the guys in the league.
I would think so. Well, we have a clip here. I think it's the clip that you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is Ray Allen is Denzel Washington's son, and this is a climactic scene where they have to play each other, and the stakes are pretty high. And let's take a look at this clip. Is that a real basket he got off of him?
That was the first basket.
That's the first basket.
Right.
Okay. Now, my question is that a wig afro or a real afro?
No, that's a real afro.
That's the real afro?
That's Denzel's real hair. Fake afro wigs don't work. Fake.
You're telling me, all right?
Fake.
I tried it in the late 70s, no one bought it.
Luckily, Denzel was able to grow his hair, so it worked out.
You all had to wait.
Gave him the script far enough in advance.
How's that hair coming, Denzel?
And he had a braid. See, he's a convict, so that's why you could wear it braided up. And
it's a really cool idea for a story. I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but when I heard this story idea, I thought that's a neat concept.
Right.
The movie He Got Game is at theaters everywhere right now. #1 movie last weekend.
Well,
no?
Deep Impact's opening today, so we had it for 1 week.
Did I point out that it's a climactic scene between father and son here, but then it's interrupted by a meteor shower? So watch for that scene. That's pretty... Hey, Spike Lee, thank you very much. Good to have you. Always good to have you. Nicholas Turturro coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.